Welcome back for another yummy update, my friends. I hope you had some yummy spaghetti yesterday. This is Jim Cramer by Crypto. This has been basically plaguing all of the cryptocurrency industry right now because Jim Cramer is one of the most famous inverse oracle gods. You've been here. I've covered for you so many of calls. You don't know. He's so unpredictable. When he comes out, he's just like bearish, and then we go up, and then randomly just says bullish, and we go down. Okay, now he's actually saying buy crypto. And he's talking about the US debt as well. So he's talking about the US debt. So I wonder what's going to happen to resolve this. Don't forget, friends. Don't forget this, okay? He can just flip bearish when he least suspect it. So, like, we can go up. Bitcoin goes up to, like, maybe 125. And then he's like, Bitcoin needs time to cool off. It went up way too far. He'll just say something like that and then just give you up for the next leg. The inverse oracle god over here as well. Here we have Mo. Maybe it won't apply because he still understands crypto to save his life. Sir, let me tell you something, Mo. We have literally said exactly what you've said for the past 5 years. Every time they're like, no, maybe actually this time is different. And every single time. Now, friends, obviously today there's been some nice moves all over cryptocurrency because the Russell 2000 is still hovering on its all-time high, but Ethereum has started to turn up a bit. We have PulseChain, core coins, everything up around. eHEX has done the most, 20%. But eHEX, friends, needs like a 200x to go back to the all-time high. So it's very, very, very low. And as well, friends, a reminder, BankX, which had a lot of the supply of eHEX, they used to have 880 million. Now they're only down to like 20 million. They're literally negligible. Okay, so they're not holding it back or anything whatsoever. Doesn't necessarily mean it has to fly now. I mean, this is the PulseChain PLS price, but we need PLS to start rising up. We have the PulseChain LCD marketing gifts and everything out here. Also, friends, friendly reminder, there's a lot of Sommi imposters, fake Sommi imposters and stuff out here. There's just these random channels that you're just seeing out here where they have fake Sommi. So this is not me, obviously, replying to this, to this guy. You could read what they're saying. Yeah, so this is common, okay? And you see by the Telegram. Okay, so I actually joined it and I just put the picture. I said warning imposter, but it's actually the imposter Sommi replied to me. They said, hey yo, chill bro, it's just a parody. I'm like, no bro, how about I invite your mum over to my place and I bust a nut on her face. Hey bro, it's just a parody. No, it's just a prank, bro. It's just a prank. Is when you're using my username SOMNI. My username on Telegram is Sommi Telegram, and make sure it's an L, not a capital I, which is what that's another fake imposter they have. So they're going out of their way to purposefully do that. So you just got to warn you when it comes to these, because people they join this stuff. Friends, you should know you should know. Obviously, I'm not shilling a 25k market cap pooper every 18 minutes. You should know it's not me. But also, I know it's tough out here. Not everyone's out there in crypto. I'm completely aware. So, yeah, just be careful with these. Don't give your money to anyone. And look, I'm not saying, look, just, but okay, if the only thing you involve yourself in crypto is buying coins, at least to use lottery tickets. At least if you have a $10,000 portfolio, okay, I'll put in 10 bucks in this. You should know that, okay? Because you've been watching me. I've been giving you highest value content in crypto for a long time, okay? You know that. That's the only way you can kind of hurt yourself. Just, okay, $10, right? But when you be careful when it comes to, this is a new. That's what happens. Why they do this. They get your basically your trust over like 3 or 6 months, and then they go, anybody want to join this ICO with me? I'm doing it. That's what they do, and they send you a link to a website where you're going to get scammed and rug, all your money's get stolen. So you have to be careful when it comes to that. What I'm going to do now is play some Pumpy G music because I appreciate you. We've actually come a long way as well, friends. In March, a Vietnamese kid sent pDAI to 0, and then the pDAI unicorn survived. So we have Martini Boy, pHEX Maxi pretty much on PulseChain. Some say it could be Richard Hart because I've never seen him. It could be one of Richard Hart's alts. I don't know. One of you guys just said that in one of the chats. I was like, I never thought about that. Is Martini a real dude? I don't know. But he exposed this is the fake Vietnamese kid, Dildo Sun An. And this is literally as it happened, as everything was going to 0. So I remind that of you, because when everything was straight going to 0, sending it here, Richard Hart was fighting it even on his public Twitter. Right now, we're up 555%. Wow, what a complete coincidence, or is it? It's up 6x. So if you bought basically on Martini's tweet, you're up 6 times your money. Recently, you're up 11 times your money. So when pDAI goes up here, when pDAI goes to a cent, you're up 15 times your money for buying on that. So that's going to be great. It's just a reminder that the prophecy's still alive. That's great. And that's when we had all these fake FUD and stuff out here. I actually replied under that post. Update, the pDAI unicorn survived with a cute squirtle with a pDAI unicorn there. Also, more collections of updates I have your way. This is going to be quite juicy for you from the timelines out here, friends. So, Ethereum gas fees are spiking. Thank you to Liberty Swap Finance as well. So, Ethereum gas fees, friends, are up to $8 a swap now. As Ethereum gets more loaded, we're going to get, more activity would come on the chain. Remember, Ethereum's slow, and then I don't know how everything's going to resolve itself. Are people just going to move around in chains? What happens? Look, the thing is as well, if people are there to buy meme coin season coins, they just probably won't do it on Ethereum. Maybe it will just be people willing to pay up depending if it's a theme of coins or something. But we don't know how it's going to resolve because obviously Solana guys think because it's cheaper to trade on Solana, it's going to be great. And everything's always going to keep going there. And I say totally wrong. No, that's because that's you thinking that the whole cycle belongs to you. It doesn't work like that. And perfect example, friends. Houses, I use this example for you. Been using this for a long time. Houses, it takes you 3 months to do a transaction. All right. Do houses have any trouble going up in price? No. Real estate takes long to do a transaction. Right? Find a buyer, find an agent, blah, 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 back and forth. They have absolutely no problem going up. Okay. So the transaction speed is not enough just to keep the activity from continuing to appear. Alex Becker. There are so many altcoins killing it in revenue, customer and actual tech growth being valued at peanuts right now. It's hilarious. As soon as the market shifts, these will run to billions. People are asleep. You got to remember, yes, it's true. But also, friends, when it comes to token revenue in crypto, it's not what people think. The biggest things in crypto have no revenue. XRP and BTC, for example, and Cardano as well. Things with buy and burn revenue, you need more than the buy and burn. You need an edge there. Binance obviously have their exchange, so they have 100 million whatever customers out here. So that's the important part. But you need more than that to keep a bid. Uncle Bobby Loukas, this is the first real credible chance here that Bitcoin has started a new 60-day weekly cycle. Time will tell. Uncle Bobby Loukas calling us that's related to Bitcoin because Bitcoin, following the 4-year cycle, etc., etc. Basically, based off this daily candle, he's expecting as well some sort of blow off either in the next 20 to 50 days at some sort, or maybe run into a bit into the first quarter of next year. That's what everyone else is expecting. So we'll just see how it all plays out. You never know. Maybe Bitcoin does some sort of rounded, and then we have an alt season or something out here. We'll see how it all plays out. We have this funny timeline out here. So this guy named H7, he puts a $34 million profit. Okay, so what you're now starting to see people engagement farms. So people who are losers, who believe in nothing, who are holding nothing, pretty much, they're sidelined in a lot of stuff. They're going to try engagement farm. So engagement farm, they're just trying to get your attention so they can get more people in so they can try to basically shield more garbage. That's how they make money in the bull market. They're all scum, right? So this guy posted a fake P&L 34 million. But Zach XBT, he knows this guy and he goes, you are trying to flex a 7-day P&L of $34 million, but you shill a paid group for 1 sol. Okay, so he has a paid group. You got to pay 1 sol to get in. Obviously, it's garbage. That's what they do, friends. So you see what I mean? He's just trying to get more people to shield junk. And then that's why they get absolutely incredible. Another massive win for the Astro community. I'm not sure. That person from Hyperliquid is probably making a joke. You also have stuff from Gainsey here. Don't try to be a genius and call tops early, especially right now. So Gainsey talks about betting against periods that are usually risk on. Yes, friends, this is pretty much another way. It's another way, you can talk like that, which is true. Don't short in a bull market. But also, I don't want to get short while PMI is at 48. And the next reading is going to be like 49 or 50, whatever it is going to be, which is expected in like 2 days. So we're still very, very, very low, okay? The time to get scared about buying is when PMI is, well, look, the earliest in 2013 was literally a PMI, even here, this is when it really started, like above 53, like 54 plus. Let's just call it 55. If PMI ticks 55, okay, be careful about looking for long-term buys at that point. If you're going to buy stuff, it's short-term. You got to have a stop. You can't be like expecting to hold everything forever, but PMI is not anywhere near 55. And others, BTC and everything else, still saying we are all mega cheap. Liberty Swap Finance is now introducing, we have gasless transactions, friends, which is wonderful. They're optimizing their protocol to save time, reduce gas. So it's cool. They can sponsor your gas and then you pay the gas from your transaction, which is really good. Really good, especially for new people and adoption. I think we're ready out here for the next wave. FTX is going to distribute $5 billion in stablecoins to users tomorrow, just in time for Q4 and more rate cuts. That's what we're all waiting for, pretty much. So more rate cuts to appear. We have Major Loser Powell, who's leaving in May next year. We don't know if that's going to be some sort of significant event. Everyone is pretty much in the hope and cope stage. For us now, friends, for us, what are we waiting for? A continuation now. Q4 is the biggest year for crypto. We'll see how much of a blow-off we get. We might not get a big blow-off. Remember, we've got to get rid of the 4-year cycle Jeets. And then we'll see how that's pretty much going to, transpire as we move into next year. I still think about that business cycle. Again, a lot of people calling for a recession and everything else out here, but I don't know, man. We still haven't seen like ChatGPT, OpenAI's ICO and stuff. So, and Coinbase App Store ranking, friends, is ranked 280. You know what I mean? At least let it get to top 10. These people trying to call the top. All right, we'll see. Like, subscribe, belly button on. Catch you in the next one.